Hi, everyone. Welcome to Inspiration Wednesday here on November 9th, 2022. And it's Reverend Stacy here. I was trying to figure out my tripod and it seems that it's broken. So sorry if today is a little bouncy with the video, but it's me holding it now. So, how is everyone? I was realizing that November 2022 is so much different than November 2020. Do you all remember where we were? We were still kind of in a lockdown type of state. We were actually at Unity of the Oaks about to go to our drive-in services. We started those in December of 2020, where we had the stage outside and the musicians far away from us, and everyone drove up in their cars. And then you could tune your radio in your car to listen to us, or you could sit outside your car and watch and listen to us. So that was fun. And then last November, we were wrapping up that outside services where we then came out of our cars. We were in our chairs. But then last November, we did just a couple Sundays outside, and then we went back online for about 3.5 months, 4 months actually, because there was a whole nother wave of COVID and stuff. So, and now here we are at this November 2022, and we're about to move buildings, move space. So I was just sitting and remarking at just how much change that is in such a short time. If you think about it, a short time, how much we've changed, how we've done church, just at our little church. So, so that's kind of where my thoughts were starting to go today. I had a lot of thoughts for today and Inspiration Wednesday that I've jotted down. So I'm going to go with the first one I jotted down because it's kind of along those lines as far as when change happens in life. We know in life things change, things get shaken up, whether it's a divorce or a death or something with a friendship or something at the workplace or maybe losing a job or a move. All of those shake life up. And so, of course, right now at Unity of the Oaks, we're starting this move. And so, of course, things are going to get shaken up. Big feelings are going to get shaken up. Now, even if you don't attend Unity of the Oaks and you're listening to this, this still applies to you because just start thinking in your mind, like, oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, everyone, that's my Roomba. It's Facebook Live. Okay, so what I was saying is, sorry about my Roomba. She wants to be charged, just like the rest of us. Roomba wants to be charged. We all want to be charged up, right? Okay, Roomba. One day I'll tell the story about how I have a love-hate relationship with Roomba. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So, of course, when something big in life happens, and it just so happens at Unity of the Oaks, it's a big move. So, of course, there's going to be feelings and emotions and energy that gets shaken up and brought to the top. Because just like we're moving items, just like we're moving and packing up stuff, that's getting moved around. Also, we're getting moved around. Emotionally, we're getting moved around. Um, Energetically, we're getting moved around. And so, again, even if you're not with Unity Oaks, you can still apply this to different areas of your life. So, in Unity, and I believe it was Emily Cady, oh my gosh, sorry, I meant to look that up. But chemicalization. Chemicalization is when you go through a big spiritual shift, when usually it's like when you're really changing your spiritual maturity and growth and even consciousness is expanding. A lot of times when we go through this really big, deep spiritual learning, growth, change, what happens is we have a physical response to it, right? Because of course, all of the just molecules in our bodies are going to react to that. Again, I think even today when we think about science, we know that stress causes an emotional reaction, a physical reaction, and an emotional one, but also a physical one. So chemicalization is the term that Unity uses as far as when there's a big spiritual shift and all that physical, emotional stuff that will come up. So just to be mindful that when you're going through something big, that may happen, and especially when it has to do with your spirituality, your spiritual home, or something else that's very spiritually attached to you. Um, so during these times, we just want to make sure that we're gentle with ourselves and that we're kind and gentle with one another, with each other. We always ask that question, what would love do? And so here's where I want us to all, again, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're at, in all these situations in life, when we get upset, a lot of times we have this urge to react. And I am going to plant the seed that instead you notice. When that urge to react comes up, notice the urge, but don't follow through on the urge. Notice the urge to react, but notice it. Don't follow it through. So you may feel like you want to scream. Just notice, I feel like I'm going to scream or yell or get really mad or upset. That's when we just notice, but we don't go through with that, right? Sometimes, Tisa, who used to be in the office, used to be my office administrator. She and I, she started it actually, because she said, I would say, how are you doing today, Tisa? And she would say, well, I quit yesterday, but I'm here today. Because sometimes we just need to, in our own minds, feel like I've quit. I'm quitting this job. I'm all done, right? Or I'm quitting this relationship, or I'm quitting this, whatever. I'm all done. We just sit with that we've quit it, but we don't actually follow through and quit it. We just notice that that's how we're feeling, and we fight the urge to follow through on it. We don't have to react to every big emotion that comes up. That's what I wanted to say today. Really learn to notice and not follow through, but just to notice, because that's really a sign of emotional maturity. I just even read that today from another psychologist site. When we are noticing, it's actually a sign, and not following through, it's a sign of emotional maturity. So during these times, whether it's what's going on in the outer world, what's going on in your world, what's going on in our church world with a big move coming up, that we just notice that, and we just are more patient with one another, kind to one another, gentler with one another, that we have critical conversations. That's another thing, both within the church or a family or a workplace, that you have the critical conversations, that those conversations happen, that when you are upset, you go to the person who can help you. When you're upset, you go to the person who can help you. You don't talk over here or over there or over everywhere, but you talk to the person who can help you. That can poison a family. It can poison a workplace, and it can poison any community. So it may be hard to go to the person and say, hey, I'm feeling this way about something you said or you did. But again, if we're coming from that idea of what would love do, we come from a loving place, we come from a centered place. We've already noticed the urge or the reaction, and we've just noticed it and let it kind of, the big emotions pass through. Then once we come to have that critical conversation, it can be calm and kind and loving and in inquiry, right? Not assuming the worst, but really, hey, here's the story I'm telling myself, and I really need clarity. You know what? We might not get those critical conversations right every time, the first time, and that's okay. It's okay. So then we apologize. We say we're trying. And the important thing is we do change, and we do it differently next time. So we keep trying again. So I know that's a lot. Again, I've had a lot on my mind lately, everyone. So again, life gets shaken up sometimes. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with those around you, especially when it comes to a family or a workplace or a community or a church, that we're all, of course, emotions and things are going to get brought up. And so we just notice, we let it pass. And then any conversations we need to have with people in our life, we do that. But again, we do it in a place that's centered, that's of inquiry, that's kind. Loving kindness towards ourselves, loving kindness towards others. Okay. There's a lot of emotional growth and emotional maturity within all of that. So that is your challenge, my friends. Okay, I thought I would end with the daily word today. Let's do it. And if you have any questions on any of that I just spewed out, please go ahead and place them in the comments, okay? And I can answer it now or I can answer it later. And as you write your comments or questions, then I'll be reading the daily word. So I like today's daily word. It's a good one. So today's daily word is forgive, and it's from Wednesday, November 9th, 2022. And the affirmation is, I choose to forgive again and again. Although forgiveness can happen in an instant, it can also take years. If I catch myself feeling weighed down by the uneasy feeling of simmering resentment, I may take it as an opportunity to forgive again and again and as often as necessary. Forgiveness is my commitment to see the spiritual truth behind troubling circumstances, no matter how painful. I am gentle with myself when I feel pain, sadness, and confusion, even while being willing to forgive. If I struggle, I can still believe in my heart that there is no unforgiveness in God. I bless and release the situation and know that even in forgiveness, or even if forgiveness is hard for me, the very nature of God is forgiving. I relax into this awareness and trust I will be able to forgive in time. From Proverbs, one who forgives an affront fosters friendship. So again, the word for today, November 9th, is forgive, and the affirmation is, I choose to forgive again and again. Yeah, I like this. One who forgives an affront fosters friendship. And that friendship really is first and foremost with ourselves. Once we have peace with ourselves, we've forgiven ourselves, then it's so much easier to forgive others. And remember, forgiveness is not necessarily about saying what that person did or the situation was okay, but it is releasing them and releasing you energetically from it. Okay, that's all I have for today. Take a breath. Hold for just a moment. Exhale. And if you have any comments or questions for me, go ahead and put them in the comments. and I'll see you all back here next Wednesday and also Sunday. And of course, our YouTube channel keeps getting built out more and more. So make sure you go check it out, UVX Facebook page or YouTube page. Both. Go check out both. And if you haven't liked our Facebook page yet, definitely go do that too. Okay. Nice to see you all. Thank you for joining me today or whenever you watch this. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Oh, and hello to Art. Hi, Art. Unity through the years has shown me more love than I knew existed. Beautiful. I love that, Art. Yeah, me too. So love is coming right at you. Love is coming at all of you. And just know that that's where I keep continuing to come back to and walk from, is that place of love. Sometimes, again, we don't get it right every time. And so we can say, please forgive me. We can self-correct and we keep moving on, right? Yeah. Okay. Love you all. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.